Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are doing great. Happy Friday. We got 15 matchups on this MLB slate today, so be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my links in the description below, and go ahead and become a member today in the link below. We had 7 members sign up in the live stream yesterday. Super awesome. So go ahead and check that out, guys. And yeah, we'll hop in it. Very busy slate today as we head into the weekend. 15 matchups, starting with the New York Mets versus the Miami Marlins. Mets opening up as road favorites at -125. The Marlins plus 105 with the over-under at 6.5. Pitching for the Mets is Chris Bassett with an ERA of 3.63. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 11 strikeouts. Pitching for the Marlins is Sandy Alcantara with an ERA of 1.81. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had 10 strikeouts. Mets on a 3-game winning streak, coming off back-to-back wins against the Yankees. Miami coming off a 7-6 win against the Reds. Like Sandy on the mound, he's coming off 10 and 12 strikeout games. He's been great. Bassett's been really good too here, and I'm liking Marlins plus 1.5 at home. Mets just 4-8 on the road against Miami. I do like Sandy on the mound here, and I'm gonna take Marlins plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we have the Kansas City Royals versus the New York Yankees. Yankees opening up as home favorites at -345. The Royals plus 270 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for the Royals is Kris Bubic with an ERA of 5.53. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had 4 strikeouts. Pitching for the Yankees is Garrett Cole with an ERA of 3.09. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Royals on a 3-game losing streak, have not scored in their last 3 games. Yankees beating them 1-0 yesterday. They're on a 5-game losing streak against the Yankees right now. And like Garrett Cole on the mound. Bubic, he's been okay his last few starts, but yeah, I'm liking Yankees at home. These Royals team just cannot score right now. Yeah, we're taking Yankees at home, but plus 270, you got to throw Royals in an underdog round robin. That underdog value is just way too high. Next matchup, we have the Philadelphia Phillies versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. Phillies opening up as road favorites at -125. The Pirates plus 105 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Phillies is Bailey Falter with an ERA of 5.18. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Pitching for the Pirates is Jose Quintana with an ERA of 3.51. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, and had 4 strikeouts. Philly on a 2-game winning streak, beating Pitt yesterday 8-7. Pitt on a 4-game losing streak. Tough stretch for them. Philly 4-1 on the road, 5-1 against Pitt. So they've been pretty dominant against Pitt as of late. And I'm gonna lean with Phillies on the road here. I'm just not in love with the Pirates. They've been struggling. Quintana giving up 10 runs in his last 3 starts here. So I'm gonna lean with the Phillies on the road. Next matchup, we have the St. Louis Cardinals versus the Washington Nationals. Cardinals opening up as road favorites at -185. The Nationals plus 155 with the over-under at 9. Pitching for the Cardinals is Miles Mikolas with an ERA of 2.87. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 4 strikeouts. One of his, worst starts on the mound. Prior to that, he only gave up 2 runs in his prior 2 starts. Pitching for the Nationals is Anibal Sanchez with an ERA of 6.30. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, and had 4 strikeouts. St. Louis coming off a 6-1 win against Toronto. Washington coming off a 7-1 loss against the Dodgers. Like Miko loss on the mound. Sanchez hasn't been the most reliable, definitely been giving up a lot of runs. And I like Cardinals on the road here. Next matchup, we have the Detroit Tigers versus the Toronto Blue Jays. Toronto opening up as home favorites at -400. Detroit plus 310 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for the Tigers is Brian Garcia with an ERA of 0. It looks like he's getting his first start of the season. Pitching for the Blue Jays is Alek Manoah with an ERA of 2.24. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, and had 7 strikeouts. Detroit coming off a 5-3 loss against Toronto yesterday. Detroit 1-6 on the road, 1-5 against Toronto, where they have struggled. Yeah, I do like Manoah on the mound. He's only given up 4 runs in his last 3 starts, so he's been great. Don't trust Brian Garcia with his start on the mound here for the Tigers. I'm taking the Blue Jays at home, but throw Detroit in a round robin. You can get plus 300, plus 310. You got to throw them in a round robin today for sure. Next matchup, we have the Cleveland Guardians versus the Tampa Bay Rays. Both teams in a pick'em scenario at -110 with the over-under at 6.5. Pitching for the Guardians is Shane Bieber with an ERA of 3.63. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 6 runs, and had 4 strikeouts. Pitching for the Rays is Jeffrey Springs with an ERA of 2.50. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 1 run, and had 2 strikeouts. Cleveland coming off a 4-2 loss against Boston. Tampa coming off a 3-0 loss against Baltimore. They're 1-5 in their last 6 right now. Jeffrey Springs has been solid on the mound. Bieber's given up 12 runs in his last 3 starts on the mound. Been rough for him. Cleveland 0-7 on the road against Tampa Bay. 1-11 against Tampa. They just have not been able to beat Tampa Bay. So, I'm going to leave with Tampa Bay at home. I like Jeffrey Springs a little more in this matchup. Shane Bieber giving up a lot of runs here as of late. I'm going to take Tampa at home. Next matchup, we have the Milwaukee Brewers versus the Boston Red Sox. Brewers opening up as road favorites at -175. Boston plus 145 with the over-under at 9. Pitching for the Brewers is Brandon Woodruff with an ERA of 3.73. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 8 strikeouts. Pitching for the Red Sox is Brayan Bello with an ERA of 10.50. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Milwaukee on a 2-game winning streak, coming off 2 wins against Minnesota. Boston coming off a 4-2 win against Cleveland. I don't like Bello on the mound for the Red Sox. He's given up 14 runs in his last 3 starts. Woodruff's only given up 6. Don't like the Red Sox here with Bello on the mound. It's going to be hard to trust the Red Sox today, so I'm taking Brewers on the road. Next matchup, we have the Arizona Diamondbacks versus the Atlanta Braves. Braves opening up as home favorites at -220. Arizona plus 180 with the over-under at 9. Pitching for Arizona is Madison Bumgarner with an ERA of 3.71. His last start, he pitched 8 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 9 strikeouts. Pitching for the Braves is Kyle Wright with an ERA of 2.95. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, and had 8 strikeouts. Arizona coming into this on a 3-game winning streak. 6-1 in their last 7. Atlanta coming off a 7-2 loss against Philly. Both pitchers have been pretty decent here. Not much of a pitching advantage. Arizona is 5-1 on the road against Atlanta. They've surprisingly played very well against Arizona here. Arizona getting huge plus money, and they've been good against Atlanta. They're on a 3-game winning streak, 6-1 in their last 7. Atlanta 1-3 in their last 4. I am not sure I can trust Braves minus 220 today. You know, Kyle Wright has been good, but Braves have been struggling here. Didn't really play that well against the Phillies. I'm going to take Arizona plus 1.5 on the road here. You know, Bumgarner's been solid. They're playing well. I'll take a shot with Arizona plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we have the Oakland Athletics versus the Chicago White Sox. White Sox opening up as home favorites at minus 200. Oakland plus 170 with the over-under at 8.5. Pitching for Oakland is James Caprillion with an ERA of 4.74. His last start, he pitched 5 innings. Gave up 0 runs and had 4 strikeouts. Pitching for the White Sox is Lance Lynn with an ERA of 6.43. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Don't be fooled by his last game of not giving up a run. His 2 games prior, he gave up 6 and 8 runs. He's not been very reliable on the mound. Oakland on a 3-game winning streak, 6-1 in their last 7. Coming off a 3-game sweep against Houston. White Sox coming off a loss against Colorado. I do not trust White Sox minus 200 today. Lance Lynn's been horrible on the mound. He really has been this season. And Oakland got a little win streak going. They've been playing very well these last week and a half. White Sox are too risky at their price tag. They just really are today. I'll take Oakland plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we have the Seattle Mariners versus the Houston Astros. Houston opening up as home favorites at minus 180. Seattle plus 150 with the over-under at 7. Pitching for the Mariners is Robbie Ray with an ERA of 3.90. His last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 6 runs and had 1 strikeout. Pitching for the Astros is Justin Verlander with an ERA of 1.86. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run and had 9 strikeouts. Seattle coming off a 4-2 loss yesterday against Houston. Kind of tough. I liked Seattle yesterday. I thought they'd get the cover at least. They were close. Justin Verlander on the mound, been phenomenal. He's only given up 2 runs in his last 3 starts. Robbie Ray has given up 10 runs. Love Verlander on the mound for Houston. I'm rolling with the Astros at home. Next matchup, we have the Los Angeles Dodgers versus the Colorado Rockies. Dodgers opening up as road favorites at minus 225. The Rockies plus 185 with the over-under at 11.5. Pitching for the Dodgers is Julio Urias with an ERA of 2.72. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs and had 5 strikeouts. Pitching for the Rockies is Chad Kuhl with an ERA of 4.48. His last start, he pitched 2 innings, gave up 5 runs and had 4 strikeouts. LA coming off a 13-0 win against Colorado yesterday. Just an absolute dominating day yesterday for the Dodgers. They're 5-0 against Colorado. I do like Urias on the mound here for the Dodgers, coming off a 0-run game. Chad Kuhl's given up 12 runs in his last 3 starts. Yeah, I'm taking Dodgers on the road here. Just dominated yesterday. And I'm sticking with LA. Next matchup, we have the Texas Rangers versus the Los Angeles Angels. Angels opening up as home favorites at minus 115. Texas plus 105, minus 105 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Rangers is Martin Perez with an ERA of 2.59. His last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, had 6 strikeouts. Pitching for the Angels is Patrick Sandoval with an ERA of 3.43. His last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 5 runs, and had 4 strikeouts. Rangers beating the Angels 2-0 yesterday. Angels just disappointing, man. Ohtani still doesn't really get any help. Held that team to 2 runs. Doesn't get any hitting help, man. Angels are just very tough to bet on. They really are. I'm gonna take Rangers plus 1.5 on the road. Perez has been very good in his last 2 starts as well, so I'm gonna roll with the Rangers. Next matchup, we have the Chicago Cubs versus the San Francisco Giants. Giants opening up as home favorites at -135. The Cubs plus 115 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Cubs is Marcus Stroman with an ERA of 4.38. His last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, and had 5 strikeouts. Pitching for the Giants is Alex Cobb with an ERA of 4.62. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, and had 6 strikeouts. Cubs losing to the Giants yesterday, 2-4. Kind of tough. I mean, they had great underdog value. Giants finally getting their first win. They were 1-7. They're on that 7-game losing streak here. Marcus Stroman's only given up 2 runs in his last 3 starts. He's been very good here. I'm still taking Cubs plus 1.5 on the road. Yeah, Giants won yesterday. Are they going to keep winning? I don't know. Stroman's been good on the mound. I mean, Cubs almost had a cover yesterday anyways. I'm going to take Cubs plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we have the Baltimore Orioles versus Cincinnati Reds. I can't find a current line on this matchup, but I do have the pitching info. Pitching for Baltimore is Dean Kramer with an ERA of 3.06. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Pitching for the Reds is Mike Minor with an ERA of 6.62. His last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave out 5 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Baltimore coming off a 3-0 win against Tampa. Reds coming off a 7-6 loss against Miami. Don't know what the line is here, but I do like the Orioles here in this matchup. 15-5 in their last 20, 6-1 against the Reds, where they played very well. We'll see what the line ends up being, but whether Oakland's the favorite or not, or Baltimore, I'm sorry, I'm gonna lean with Baltimore on the road in this one. All right, and then the last matchup, we have the Minnesota Twins versus the San Diego Padres. Padres opening up as home favorites at -120. The Twins plus 100 with the over-under at 7.5. Pitching for the Twins is Joe Ryan with an ERA of 2.89. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 7 strikeouts. Pitching for the Padres is Blake Snell with an ERA of 4.75. His last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Minnesota. Let's see, Minnesota coming up on a 2-game losing streak, coming off 2 losses against Milwaukee. Padres coming off that 4-3 loss against Detroit. Minnesota is 6-1 on the road against the Padres, 12-2 against the Padres. So they've actually been pretty dominant against the Padres here. Like Joe Ryan on the mound here. I think they're a good underdog today. I'll take Minnesota plus 1.5 on the road. Well, that's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Friday. Hope you guys all cash out. Be sure to tune into the live stream at 5:45 today. And I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.